Hearty fraternal greetings and good wishes to all the brothers and the sisters. We have come to the final session of our group life, which revolves around the MayCall. MayCall may fulfill you with the energy of Brahman. It is the Brahman who transforms himself into Atma, and through Atma the cosmogenesis and the anthropogenesis emerge. Brahman is undefinable, unspeakable, beyond comprehension, beyond qualities, is beyond discussion, because he is the background of all that is. Brahman is not he, Brahman is not she. The Vedas extol and praise Brahman. For want of reference, Brahman is also called that. The basic meaning of Brahman is the limitless space that is potential for not only for one universe, but so many universes. It is a state which is beyond the word. No one can comprehend it because the one who comprehends also does not exist. There is no way to know. The knower himself comes out of it. Vedas call the Brahman as it or that. The word for that in Sanskrit is tat. And the ultimate understanding is that each one of us is essentially that. Essentially. It is pure existence. There is no awareness. Madame Blavatsky explains very beautifully in the poem relating to secret doctrine. It's only To say that we cannot speak of it, people start speaking of it. But in essentiality, it cannot be spoken. We know we are existing. Knowledge that we exist is only when we are in the awakened state. When we are in deep slumber, we do not even know that we are existing, but we are existing. It is out of existence awareness emerges. At least more than 100 times I spoke of this in various seminars in the very beginning of the seminar. Existence pure cannot be known. Because there is no knower to know. There is no second to know. Many of you may remember in the initial teachings I used to ask, if someone asks you, how did you sleep? The truth is, I do not know. If you know that you are sleeping, you are not sleeping. Every morning, every person asks the other, how did you sleep? Did you sleep well? Healthy people say yes. Because they have good sleep, so they say yes. That shows that they are healthy, but they are not knowers. A knower knows that he knows not. See the paradox. The scriptures also say, a true knower knows that he knows not. Knowing is but an emergence from the background which is unexplainable. How big is that background? No one knows. How big is that background? No one knows. What it is, no one knows. How it looks like, no one knows. When we emerge from it, it is by inference we say that we have emerged from existence as awareness. Existence is known by inference. Because if we had not existed, how would you awake? When you have not awakened, do you know that you are male? That you are female? That you are Indian or European or American? That you are human? Do you know that you are on the planet in your sleep? You do not know your location. You do not know the time. Time is not. Awareness is not. Anything you know is not. That's the beauty of the book of John. The initial stanzas of book of John explain what that is. That is. It is by negative. The definition is by the negative. It is called the theory of neti. Neti. Neti means na iti. Na iti means whatever you say, that is not Brahman. Whatever you say, that is not Brahman. It can be about Brahman but not Brahman. Na iti. But then what is this? Where from this has come? It has come from that. Where from have you awakened? Where from have you awakened in the morning? From what state you have come to the state of awareness? Once there is awareness, then there is the comprehension. So whoever mentions the story of creation can only mention up to the point of awakening. But there must be something else from which it awakens. What is that? What is that? Is unthinkable, incomprehensible. Yes. It cannot be ideated. Apratarkyam, it is how it is said. Apratarkyam, you cannot ideate it. Avijñeyam, you cannot know about it. Because to know you should exist in awareness. But your very awareness emerges from it. Only when we awaken, we know. So that's how the universal awareness is an emergence from the background which cannot be defined. Awareness as basis, you can explain other things. Awareness as basis, you can explain other things. No awareness, what explanations are there? But what is awareness? It is verily existence transforming into awareness. Existence transforms into awareness. Awareness as basis, there is ideation. There is knowing. That's why Brahman is said to be the 10th one. Awareness is said to be the ninth one. Then come the other 8. Many times it was explained. There is Brahman, undefinable, avijñayam, he cannot be known, apratarkyam, he cannot idiot about him. If you say him is not correct, about it. Since we do not know what it is, to us it is darkness, to itself it is not. How does Old Testament start? In the beginning, what was there? We don't know, so we say darkness. God said light. But where is God? The Brahman, from out of Brahman, there is a spur. The spur is a point upon a background. You would very frequently see a circle with a central point. When there is a point, there is a circumference to it. If there is no point, there is no circumference also. If you are awakened, you have a field of activity. If you are not awakened, where is the field? When the center emerges, the circumference emerges. Where from the center emerged? Seeming nothingness. It is seeming nothingness, meaning seemingly it is nothing, but it is everything. So how many such points can emerge from that outer background, no one can say. How many universes are existing, no one can say. There was a time people tried to know how many universes were in existence, are in existence. Those who could travel across universes, just like now we make international travels, intercontinental travels, interplanetary travels. Someone of cosmic intelligence, they conducted inter-universal travels. They were bewildered. There were so many. After a point they got afraid that they miss their way back to their own universe. They were afraid after some time to know how many more are there, because there are innumerable universes. So if you go too far, then you may not be able to trace back to your own universe. That's how there is a story in Puranas that the three Lagos who preside over our universe, cosmic Lagos, 1, 2, 3, they thought they wanted to know if there is any other universe. They went on travel. They found another universe. And they first encountered the creator there, Brahma. Then the other two Lagos smiled. Hey, you are not the only Brahma. Then Brahma was, his face contracted, small face. They went further. Then they found another Vishnu. Then Shiva smiled at Vishnu and Brahma. But then when they still went further, they found another Shiva. They were surprised. They have duplicates. They went further. They found another triplicity. They found another Trinity, another Trinity, another Trinity. 144 Trinities they have found. They bow down. They realize that they are not the only ones. There could be any number. That's how the story goes. Recently, this concept was made into a movie by Hollywood. The name of the movie is One. Because Hollywood always conceives one conquering the other all the time. They only know conquering. So one goes on conquering all others, his counterparts and all others. Ultimately two remain. And the two become equal. That's how the story was. But the theme is that there are many universes. They also speak of 144 universes. Someone must have given the idea as existing in the scriptures. So, there can be any number of universes upon the background of Brahman. Such is Brahman. From out of it, there is one sprout, another sprout, another sprout, another sprout. How many thoughts do we get upon the background of awareness? How many thoughts on a daily basis we get out of the background of awareness? There can be so many universes. So Brahman, there were ancient times people were engaged in ideating about Brahman. Anything that is projected is not Brahman. So you too, when you project as something, you are not Brahman. It is Brahman only. Projection is Brahman only. Brahman only projected. Brahman only projected as the flowers here. Projected as books here. Projected as the equipment here. Projected as all of you. Projected as I am. So, there is no other, only Brahman. There is no second. There is no other. This no other is called, no second is called Advaita. Advaita speaks of Brahman, whose other name is Tat. There was one great master. His greatness cannot be measured. Some believe that he existed before Buddha and Christ. Some believe that he existed, that he came in the 7th century. But his followers, who are initiates, who are called, they say that he existed much before, 2000 years before Christ. He gave an excellent radiation about Brahman, about that as existing in the Vedas. It is called Tattva Bodha. This Brahman, from out of him there is a spur for a universe, an impulse. When the impulse starts, there is the time and the nature. The impulse impregnates the nature through time and makes a potential space. This potential space details into a trinity. The trinity, each one of them build 20 other elements. Altogether, from the impulse, they constitute 27 essential ingredients for a cosmos, a universe. The impulse itself further enters into these 27 and makes into a cosmic egg. This cosmic egg becomes a cosmic person. This is what was explained last time in great detail in the Indian group life. This whole process is Brahman becoming Atma. Really, Brahman, the impulse carries Brahman. The impulse details into 7 essential things, and 7 bring out another 20, 27. The story is now coming to you in the newsletter also. So there is Brahman, which is different from Atma. Atma is the universal Atma. It's called cosmic person. The Jews call the Brahman as the unspeakable God. They speak of the cosmic person as Adam Kadmon. So to say, cosmic Christ. But no one knows when they say these things, what exactly it is. The Veda says it as cosmic person or Yajna Purusha. So there is Brahman, there is that, and there is the Atma or the cosmic person. The great teacher of whom I am speaking, he gave commentaries upon the cosmic person and also upon the Brahman. The commentary upon Brahman is called Tattva Bodha. The commentary upon the cosmic person, Yajna Purusha, who is also called Vishnu, is called Atma Bodha, because all souls descend from this cosmic person. Madame Blavatsky speaks of these two books in Secret Doctrine. She recommends them to be studied. She herself explains these two as cosmogenesis and anthropogenesis. The entire Secret Doctrine is a very mysterious way of presenting the Brahman and his transforming into a cosmic egg and later transforming into a cosmic person. But like that, Brahman can be transforming into so many cosmic persons to build so many universes. The roots for these two, the cosmogenesis and anthropogenesis, can be found in Brahma Bodha or Tattva Bodha and Atma Bodha. It's a kind of ideation extolled by the Indian Vedic scholars. The teacher is known as Adi Shankaracharya. To which century he belongs, no one knows. But in his lineage of Shankaracharyas, there was a Shankaracharya in the 14th century who was a great initiate. He attributes the time of advent of Adi Shankaracharya to somewhere 2000 years before Christ. It is considered an authority because this Shankaracharya, who came around 14th century, did great acts during his times which are unparalleled. Unparalleled. When the Vedic Dharma is getting deeply affected in India due to the onslaught of other religions, where there is a very narrow and limited understanding of the theos. He had to constitute a kingdom to re-establish the Vedic Dharma. So he chooses two persons and says, we establish a kingdom and I shall ensure that Vedic Dharma is reinstituted. I am speaking of this second one, not the original one. The two persons said, how can we do it? To build a kingdom, you need huge resources. Huge resources. Then this Shankaracharya is called Vidyaranya. Vidyaranya. He said, don't you worry, I invoke the mother the mother of Veda. There shall be shower of precious stones and precious metals for 3 days and nights. In a region, it happened in South India. With all those precious stones and precious metals, he can eventually build the kingdom, which would be in existence for 4 generations, and we shall revive Vedic Dharma. And it happened. But touch wood, it is Kali age, it also finds its nemesis. So this Shankaracharya, Vidyaranya, he writes an exhaustive volume about Adi Shankara. It runs into something like 1500 pages. A beautiful rendering in Sanskrit. In that he says that Adi Shankara belongs to far before Christ's times, Buddha's times. But the history says he is of the 7th century. That apart, this Adi Shankara is considered to be reincarnation of Lord Shiva himself. As he was born, right from his age of 3 or 4 years, he was asking his mother's permission to take to sannyasa, meaning a saintly life. Because he had a purpose to serve. But to the mother, he was the only child. She has no husband. The only hope for which she is living was this boy. And he says right from his 3rd and 4th year, please allow me to take sannyasa, to put on orange robes, renounce the world, and go around and teach wisdom. The mother did not agree. It went on between the mother and the son for long years, until 7th year. In 7th year, when the mother and the son were taking bath in the river Kaveri, a crocodile caught the leg of the boy. Crocodile in the waters is very strong. The mother saw the situation. The boy said, Mother, I am gone. You rescue yourself. Leave my hand, because anyway you can't pull me. The crocodile will pull me into the river and eat me away. The mother was so disheartened, depressed, deep sorrow. He looked into the eyes of the boy. The boy said, at least now grant me permission to be a sannyasi so that I can depart from this body as a sannyasi. The mother felt, anyway, he has been asking for it for so many years. and she could not grant. Now at least this last wish of the son, let me fulfill. She said, I grant you with full heart. Then the boy smiles. The crocodile leaves the boy. Shankaracharya never says that he has planned for it. He never, nowhere in his life he says it. But he smiled when the mother granted permission and the crocodile left. So he came back smiling and the mother said, you did it, you did it. The boy smiled. So I am permitted to be a sannyasi. The mother said, yes, I gave the word, so you can move as you like. But bless me wherever you are. Think of me wherever you are. The boy promised, I shall grant you conscious departure and be with you when you are departing. Your life will not have any problems. Live in contemplation of Lord. He left. He went to the banks of Narmada river, where there is a temple, a Jyotirlinga called Omkar. It is one of the 12 Jyotirlingas. It is on the banks of Narmada river. Some of our members, they visited Omkar. The beauty of that, the temple of that Shiva is, it is on a mount which is in the shape of Om. The river which commences in the west coast of India, it comes towards east, up to this mount, and then circumambulates, makes a round around it, and moves back towards the western ocean. It's a beauty. The river comes only up to that mount and again turns back and joins the western ocean. And that river is considered to be one of the most sacred rivers in India. And in the month of Cancer, people take specially bath in it because that river is considered to be carrying the energies of the world teacher. It's a different story. I don't go into the beauty of that river, but Shankara goes there. There he meets his guru. And with the permission, with the blessings of the Guru, he contemplates in that mountain to do the work for the years to come. And thereafter, he moves around India by foot 3 times. By foot, he moves around India 3 times. There is no place which is not visited by Shankara in India. He magnetized the entire Indian land and even caused recharging of certain magnetic centers. He propagated this philosophy of Advaita, that there is no other, it's only, the rest is illusion. Existence only is reality. Awareness is periodical. Thought is even less periodical, in the sense short-lived. So how many thoughts we produce daily on the basis of our awareness? But our awareness is also short-lived because we get back into existence. Existence is eternal. Existence is the truth. Existence is reality. Awareness is a short-term play of illusion, Maya. And within Maya there are so many other games which are also products of Maya. He propagates, conquers the whole India, all scholars. And he establishes the philosophy of Advaita in India. Bhagavad Gita contains it. Upanishads contain it. The entire Vedic philosophy contains it. But people have fallen into so many bits and pieces. So he wanted to re-establish that the basis for all this is Brahman. Every master of wisdom speaks of it. But having spoken of it, Shankara himself finds that there has to be a way to see that people realize it layer by layer. So he gives innumerable rituals. Today, most of the stotras, worship hymns other than Vedic hymns that we chant, are only from two persons, either from Vedavyasa or from Shankara. Shankara gives so many thousands of worship mantras. The Gurupadaka Stavam which we chant, Pratareva Himanasantarbha, is coming from him. And also the other thing that we chant, Ananta Samsara Samudrasara, is also from him. The mantra Om Namaha is also given by Adi Shankara. He gives and ways and means to reach Brahman. And he wrote as many worship stotras as Vedavyasa. He works wonders all over the country, engages in discussion of knowledge everywhere, and there was no one found equal to him. He had the ability to depart from one body and enter into another body. He could depart from one body and enter into a body of a tiger, or enter into a body of a person. Yes. He was so versatile. Whatever Master CVV says as coming out through golden body and entering into. It is called the science of entering into another body. That is called Parakaya Pravesha. He demonstrates them. Everywhere, in any field of knowledge, he was so complete that nobody could meet him. In Benares, once he holds a huge seminar and invites, anyone can come and speak to me, and I accept that what I say is not true if I am defeated in any field of knowledge. In any field of knowledge, because from Brahman he has access to everything. So once an old man comes to his conference. Yes. He starts asking questions. Shankara keeps on answering. And it goes on and on and on and on. It goes for days together. The other man is equally knowledgeable. He went on asking. Shankara was answering. It was never ending. One day, the old man took up the science of copulation and conjugation. Yes. It is called Kama Shastra. What is the science of the communion of man and woman? The old man starts. Shankara was all through a saint. He had no experience of that knowledge. Then he takes time from the old man, adopts this science of entering into another body, and then enters into the body of a king who has many wives. And as the king was into sexual acts with his ladies, he understood the whole thing witnessing. So he came back and fought with and answered all the questions of the old man. Then there is further discussions, and it was never ending. It was never ending. Shankara felt that this must be someone who is from higher circles only to contain me. To contain me. So he went to that old person and prostrated and said, "Sir, you must be Vedavyasa. There can be no other," he said. Then the old man smiled and transformed into Vedavyasa. This episode is also written in the 5th volume of Secret Doctrine. There are so many episodes in his life. He goes, every day he lives by the daily alms. He goes to 4 to 5 houses. Whatever the ladies place in the bowl, that is what he takes home and eats. One day he goes to one house and says, "Mother, please give me food." Only to 4 or 5 houses they go, not more. Whatever is given, that is food for the day. A lady opened the door, could not come out. She has put her hand out and gave a gooseberry, and said, "Oh, respectful saint, I am sorry, I cannot open the door and give you and have your darshan. I don't have the benefit of seeing you because I am so poor that I don't even have enough clothing on my body. But you being a saint, you have chosen to come to my house and seek food. So this is the only thing I have at home for today. This is what I give you, but I cannot show up to you." Shankara was very deeply touched. Then he immediately makes an invocation to have a shower of golden balls in the same size as the gooseberry. It is called Kanakadhara Stavam. It is so popular in India. People who suffer from poverty, if they adopt to certain regulations of chastity and worship this regularly for 40 days, their fortunes change. He makes golden gooseberries shower for about 7 minutes at the doorstep of the lady and says, Mother, may not poverty visit you for any more in this life and in future lives. Saying so, he goes. He transforms kings. He transforms so many people. He transforms even many practices. He is the one who really abolished the animal sacrifice in the Hindu system. Even if you go to Nepal today, you still find on festive days they make animal sacrifice. Hindu system condemned in the olden days, but he is the one who prevented. Not only prevented the society, but also prevented the deities taking it. There are temples which were earlier sacrifice places. He transformed them into temples of great magnetic impact. You can't imagine. There was a mother's temple, like Kali temples. There was a mother temple in Kanchi near Chennai, where a mother was offered this beastly flesh and blood. Even in the system of Kali, sometimes they do it, even now here and there, but it is no more permitted lawfully. So he went, and he went into the temple and said he could speak to the deities. You shall not accept any more these animal sacrifices. You have to give me the word, like that. Once a mother wanted to test him in that temple called Kanchi. He said, win me in the game of chess. Win me in the game of chess. If you win, and if I am defeated in your hands, I accept your proposal. Just a playful challenge. He accepts the challenge. 3 days and nights they play inside the temple. He organizes for closure of the temple and plays the game. He is Shankara himself. So ultimately the mother gets defeated. The mother blesses him. I just wanted to see your ability to meet strategies. That's why I made this game with you. But I am pleased with you. It shall not be hereafter a place where sacrifices shall be done. Many of you may have visited Sri Salem. The Mother's Temple at one time in Sri Salem was also a place for sacrifices. There also he transforms it. He transforms all places in India not to be any more places for animal sacrifice. He established magnetic centers in Badrinath, in the north of India, and in east in Puri, in west in Dwaraka, and in south in a place called Sringeri. First he started in the south. He wanted to establish a center of learning relating to his knowledge, field of knowledge. He was looking for a place, and when he was moving, he found a place where a king cobra was protecting a frog from the heat of the sun rays. Can you imagine? Normally snakes eat frogs. So he sees in a place where a cobra with her hood gives shade to the frog so that the frog is not scorched by the rays of the sun. He was so pleased. What kind of a place is this? That a snake protects its own prey. Can there be a more magnetic place than this? He thought. He established his first ashram there, in Sringeri. It's a beautiful place. The mother there, he established, is so beautiful. He worshipped the mother, he worshipped Shiva. In fact, there is no deity on whom he did not make worship stotras, worship hymns. On Ganesha, on Kumara, on the sun system, on Shiva, and on the mother, on Saraswati, on Lakshmi, on Vishnu. Name any significant cosmic intelligence, in their name he prepared worships. And it is all in the name of Advaita. He was daily doing the kind of worship which we do in India, a 16-step worship. Once an Advaita philosopher came from Kolkata, today it is called, from northeast of India, and wanted to ask him, you propagate the philosophy of Advaita that there is no other, and you are doing worship. Then Shankara said, what else? What else? Is not worship a duality? That you are there, God is there. You are proposing two for a worship. Shankara says, no, that's how you see. It is Brahman only in his variety. I am Brahman. The deity I worship is Brahman. The worship I do is Brahman. So it's only Brahman has three. And so far as you see the one in all, it is Advaita. And so far as you see one in all, it is Advaita. So where is worship barred? Where is worship barred? When you see only one in all, you are following Advaita. This is how he answers. And he says, this is the way I engage myself with Brahman instead of doing other things. What is important is that you engage at all times with Brahman. What does Bhagavad Gita say? When you eat, we all chant a sloka. The food is Brahman. The fire of hunger in me is Brahman. I am Brahman. Brahman is absorbing Brahman into be and to be Brahman. That's his sloka. Brahmasma, Brahmaha, Brahmaha Havis, Brahmarpanam, like this. Brahmarpanam, Brahma Havis, like this in the 5th chapter. Bhagavad Gita is full of Advaita. See, it's not that as long as you slip into many, you are into duality. If you slip into two, you are into duality. If you at all times remain one, I am Brahman, my clothing is Brahman, My socks are Brahman, my watch is Brahman, ring is Brahman, pen is Brahman. This is how we promoted. And what did I say as the second principle of Master CVV? So that's how it is. What you see is no other than Brahman. What you interact is no other than Brahman. But if you miss the thought of Brahman, you are into manyness, you are into duality, you are into illusion. I make an invocation every time when I start the teaching, which means I am Brahman, the teaching is Brahman, the listeners are Brahman. Ma Brahma nirakarot. Meaning, never, don't negate Brahman 2 times. Ma, no. Brahma, nirakara, negate Brahman. Do not negate Brahman, do not negate Brahman. Anirakaranamastu. Does you know what it means? May I not reject Brahman, may I not reject Brahman. And that is exactly the teachings that we have been making all through. To see sound as an aspect of Brahman. Brahman only has sound. Brahman only has light. Brahman only has 7 rays. So ultimately, upon the synthesis, there is the detail. So you may make an beautiful design on a cloth, but what is the basis? The cloth. You color some of them. There can be a very nicely designed napkin, handkerchief. But in its essence it is cotton only. Isn't it? In our essence, what are we? Brahman. This is exactly what Bhagavata speaks. This is what exactly Bhagavad Gita speaks. This is the essence of Indian scriptures. When you are always in the state of that I am, you can easily see Brahman. When you slip from that state, you fall into manyness. You fall into duality of likes and dislikes, preferences and rejections. So this is how it is. So ultimately, in the 10th class, 10th session, what we are doing is reaffirming that it is one as all. Normally I do this in the very beginning of every group life. If you listen to my seminars, the first thing I do is that as I am. Isn't it? What is Hamsa Siva Soham? Aham Saha, I am that. Siva means that. Soham, that I am. I am that I am. That is what Old Testament says. But it is already in existence. Hamsa Siva Soham as a mantra is from Vedic times. So when we sing Hamsa Siva Soham, I am regularly saying I am that. It is verily that as I am. I am that. It is only that, and that as I am. I am that I am. I am that that I am. Instead of saying like that, if you say it more metrically, it becomes Hamsa Siva Soham. It's a facility by which there is a chandas, the key of meter, which enables to tune up to your heart pulsation. Heart also pulsates that. Many times it does not say. Soham is what in the centripetal and centrifugal functioning of the heart is only nothing but Soham, 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 Soham. Meaning what it is, the heart is reminding you that I am, 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 that I am. Even when you go to sleep, it says that I am. Even when you are asleep, it is that I am. If it is not there, you are not there. Isn't it? That is the art of the heart, which I mentioned in the beginning as Master CVV saying as he art. And in Sanskrit, heart is called Hridayam. Hridayam means here I am. Exactly that's me. So, anything that you, ultimately it's only reaching the original. There is a slogan over there, which I gave long ago. To be original is to be spiritual. Isn't it? What is it? What is original means original. Original means from wherever you have emerged. That is spirit. We may be reading, we may be understanding, but we may not understand what is really there. To be original is to be spiritual. Origin. The origin of all of us is just the same. And it's a variety upon universe. It's a variety. One has many. One hand, 5 fingers. Synthesis is one hand. Analysis is little finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger. Which is great? Together they are great. Together. No one is individually great. Group is great. Individually no one is great. That's why group is master. So we should be able to see from above down, from general to particulars is the way of the masters, the seers. From macro to micro. From micro to macro, you don't reach. From center, in whichever way you go to circumference. Blindfolded, you can move from center, you will reach the circumference. Blindfolded, you move from circumference, you may not reach the center. Even with all your intellect you move, you may not reach the center, you may pass by. So it's always better that we start from unity to understand the diversity. If you start from diversity to understand unity, you miss it. In 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, don't read scriptures ignoring me. Then you get nothing from the scripture. Be with me and read the scriptures. Me means who is that? I am. The entire teaching of Bhagavad Gita is nothing but Advaita. for people who know. The entire Bhagavata is Advaita. It says there is no other than Vishnu, meaning the one permeating energy. Vishnu Sahasranama starts saying Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkara, meaning the whole universe is nothing but the permeating energy. So, in all that is spoken in the Vedic literature, synthesis is the basis. Synthesis is the basis. So do not miss synthesis and fall into analysis. See how much you are striving to retain the European Union, because we think different persons are coming together, but it is only one who became different. All Europe is but filled with it is Aryopa, filled with Aryans. All are Aryans. Where is the problem? When the entire humanity is Aryans, why do we say other things? So why don't we start with that proposition? It's easy to say one humanity, but you don't accept your neighbor. You don't so easily give visa to the other, no, for simple reason. Acceptance, acceptability, inclusivity, synthesis. So it's all Aryans. Who is filled with the humanities today is Aryans. It is the same Aryans who were at one time Atlanteans. But before they were Atlanteans, they were Lemurians. And before they were Lemurians, they were Hyperboreans. Before they were Hyperboreans, they were White Islanders. And before they were White Islanders, they were some dreaming beings. All are beings. So this is how, if you go to the origin, you find unity. Otherwise, you will always find it difficult. To me, it was easy to enter into the understanding of Mexicans, understanding of the Jews, understanding of the Muslims, understanding of the Greeks and their philosophies. It's easy. Once you start from synthesis, any theology is easy to get into. Understanding of Christianity. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, you may have heard of the name and the beauty of him. For a few years he lived as a Vedic Brahmin and experimented. A few years as Christian, a few years as Muslim, a few years as Persian. And he said, ultimately it's all the same, he said. I don't see any difference in... When you know who you are, any religion is okay. Does it make a difference if we put a T-shirt or an Indian design or a Chinese design or a Japanese design? You can as well have a jean pant and also a traditional dress. After all, it is dress, isn't it? According to taste. But they are all dresses. Is it not beautiful to see variety of colors, variety of dresses? Suppose all of us wear the same dress every day, is it not so boring? Eat the same food every day, is it not boring? Variety. Brahman in variety is. But if you get lost into the detail, you are confused. Confusion is when we see something as different from what we think is true. All is absorbed into truth. All is divine. Each one has a different state of understanding. Krishna went to the extent of saying in Bhagavad Gita, there are no sinners. There are only two kinds of people. One is those who know and those who do not know. Those who do not know would also eventually know. So a knower need not be proud that he is a knower. A knower who knows that he knows, he is not a knower according to him. A knower who knows that he knows is not a knower. You can make note of this sentence. It is one of the Vedic statements. Anyone who says, I know, is not a knower. Anyone who says, I don't know, is also not a knower. How do you know that you don't know? And how do you know that you know? There are so many ideations like this. Why can't you be? To be is the ultimate truth. The knower is in existence. The ignorant is also in existence. In existence, both are equal. In awareness, they can be different. Stone is in existence. Plant is in existence. Animal is in existence. Human is in existence. Deva is in existence. Solar gods in existence. Cosmic gods in existence. All are equal when it comes to existence. Then what is the difference? The degree of awareness. In a forest, all are trees, but some are grown higher, some are grown smaller. But it's all forest. This kind of synthesis that includes analysis. It does not deny analysis. The beauty of synthesis is it stands in synthesis and accepts analysis. There is also a story in Adi Shankara's life about it. He is taught all is Brahman. And every time he is saying all is Brahman, then the student gets lopsided. He takes all the students into the forest, teaching about Brahman. They go to the forest. Suddenly a tiger comes. Tiger is Brahman. The group is Brahman. The forest is Brahman. Seeing the tiger over there, Shankara climbs the tree. The students ask him, tiger is Brahman. We are Brahman. Where is the problem, master? Yes, you should continue to stay there, you know the problem. See, ignoring analysis and synthesis is dangerous. Chocolate is Brahman, book is Brahman. Brahman as chocolate is eatable. Brahman as book is readable, but not eatable. Isn't it? It is simultaneous understanding of the two. But the same Shankara, in a different situation, demonstrates differently. He goes with his students everywhere now. You know, when a group follows the teacher, the group also receives all the benefits like the teacher. They are given same food, same fruits, same chocolates, etc., etc. Thinking that the teacher will eat. A teacher is generally not a glutton. But so many fruits are kept in his room, so many chocolates are kept, so many vegetables are kept. By the time the group life is over, all are consumed. Isn't it? But a teacher, he eats so much. He eats nuts, he eats chocolates, he eats fruits, he eats vegetables, he eats rice, he eats so many things he eats. So Shankara was moving with his team, and wherever they go, they were giving, because of the teacher, the householders give excellent treatment. So over years, the students have gained volumes. The teacher remained the same. So one householder, he saw this and asked the master, "What is this, master? From year to year I see your followers are putting a lot of weight." The master smiled and said, "Yes, you householders, out of devotion and respect, offer so many things, and they eat them all." So the householder said, "What shall we do to teach them?" No, they will learn on the way. On the way they learn. In the next round, next year, when the teacher and the followers came to the same house, the same householder, he offered a cup of mercury to all to drink. To all to drink. All are served a cup of mercury. Shankara took it. Others were hesitating. Should I? Then the householder said, "Whatever master takes, you also take. You are such complete followers. So take it." They looked at the master to see if the master is intact. He is intact. They were looking at the master. They were perplexed. Then the householder said, "If you are able to take this, take anything that is offered, or take what is needed for your body." He drank mercury and nothing happened to him. On one side he teaches this, on the other side he climbs the tree when the tiger comes. And in another situation he treats a tiger as a cat. In different situations he used to teach differently. Does it mean contrary? He taught his students to go by the context, not go by the same thumb rule. He carried analysis and synthesis at the same time. That is synthesis. To be at synthesis, to be at analysis at the same time. That is what is called simultaneous existence. Simultaneous. These words are so nice to listen but difficult to comprehend. Difficult to comprehend. So it came to me because our friend, Hubert Ross, he intends supplying to our groups Tattvabodha and Atmabodha books, getting them from India. Kindly go through them, they are very helpful. He went through them, he found them very useful. Along with it, also kindly read the detailed life and the works of Shankara. Then it is complete. Atmabodha and Tattvabodha and Atmabodha, they speak of philosophy. His life speaks of the practice. Shankara was a great yogi of a very high order. Very high order. In fact, way back, maybe a decade or a decade and a half ago, I spoke to you of the supernatural etheric body left by Lord Krishna on the planet. And our world teacher, Lord Maitreya, is the custodian of it. Lord Maitreya is the custodian of the etheric body that was left behind by Lord Krishna at the request of the masters of wisdom and the seers and even the planet. The planet did not let the Lord to leave. The seers did not agree that he should leave. But according to the plan, he has to leave. But when he came through Sanat Kumara, and to contain the radiation and magnetism relating to the being, high being, the seers have prepared through sound, a supernatural etheric body. The bodies that we prepare through yoga is from out of the body of 5 elements, and these 5 elements belong to this earth. The 5 elements relating to this earth are not so very sacred to contain a high being like Lord Krishna. Like Krishna, even Lord Sanat Kumara also does not touch down on the planet. He is a Venetian being, condescended to stay with us to help us. And Krishna is even most worshipful being for Sanat Kumara. Via Sanat Kumara, through the supernatural body created by utterance of Vedic sounds by a team of 7 masters, in whom Lord Maitreya, Maru and Devapi were part. There were 3 of them. There were 4 others who were their seniors. All together, for 7 years, they lived on air, not even on water. Conducted a ritual with sounds under the leadership of the then world teacher, Parasara. And then they prepared the extraterrestrial, superior 5 elements into which the Lord first descends. Thereafter, he imposes himself on the baby that was growing in the womb of the mother. This is Immaculate Conception. Before he imposes on the delivered baby, he appears to the parents, blesses them that they have done a good work and they have fulfilled their part in the plan and they are blessed and they shall continue to have the blessing. Then he imposes himself upon that. That supernatural body, which is called aprakruta sarira, meaning not from out of the nature of this planet. It is with this, with the help of that body, he conducts supernatural deeds right from the childhood, right from being a days-old baby. I am going to give you the book for the next group life, the world teacher. Lord Krishna as the world teacher. What required such a high being to come onto the planet? So this body, which was so prepared, stands for eternity. Such is the beauty of that body. It is so magnetic and so radiant. When the Lord was leaving, they all requested that the earth, the seers, all the knowers, the beings, the superhuman beings around the earth, they did not agree that he should leave. Then he said, I leave this body because I see in Maitreya, I have the trust in him. He shall be the custodian of it. He shall be the custodian of it. It shall be with him. He shall use it himself according to the needs, or can bestow this on those according to the plan. It is this body which was bestowed on Christ and Jesus. That's how he became Jesus Christ. And Jesus also refers to that as the glorious white robe. And Lord Maitreya bestows it on Buddha also. If you see the caption Neptune in spiritual astrology, you know that Lord Maitreya was the first one and Buddha accomplished and Maitreya applauded. And he even moved further forward, for which Lord Maitreya cooperated. On Buddha this body was bestowed. And on Shankara this body was bestowed. That's the beauty of the world teacher, who is the custodian of the energy of the Most High. So Shankara could do so much work because of that. And this is also recorded by Madame Blavatsky partially in the 5th volume of Sacred Doctrine. The books, our brother Hubert Ross, he has inspiration to distribute to group members. Just like we are distributing the book on Sanat Kumar. You may please maybe he can be in contact with Gunta and with Sabina and with Aurora to make the distribution. These books are generally available in India. We can also buy them. So this is one dimension. I just wanted to share with you the life and the works of Shankara in a very simple way. It's a huge thing. If today, whatever is done in India, in the name of worship, ritual, meditation, etc., the large basis is Shankara. So much for the present. So, a wisdom is unending, But living in it is joyful. That's why we crave to gather again and again and again and again. And we always look forward to meet, isn't it? That's how it is. So I wish you all the best, because during this group life there is a downpour of energy from the ones whom I follow to all the group. May you all be blessed and be fulfilled. And we move forward and meet according to sanctions of time. Thank you one and all. All of you are always welcome to India. So please try to make some effort to come to India. And I also I have been coming it's already 54th time I am here. So you also, each one of you, come 54 times. Then we'll see how it works. Thank you. Namaskar.